What's up, everyone? JT here from the Casual Report. In the Casual Report Plus today, because I've been abandoned and on my own. Hope you're all well. Today, what have we got for you? Tears of the Kingdom is finally out. Happy days. Mortal Kombat may get released tomorrow. Not released tomorrow. What am I chatting on? Revealed tomorrow. Pac-Man 99. His days are numbered. And finally, Sony have announced the date for the PlayStation Showcase. Let's get into it. I hope everyone hope you're all well again. Thanks for joining today. Jam's on his honeymoon. Dan is, due a baby any second. The rest of the lads have abandoned me, so we're here on our lonesome. Hope you're all well. Let's get into it. What have I been doing? Well, two things mainly. First one is not what you think. Finally started watching Lucifer. I've ummed and ahed about it for the past however long it's been out, and I'll say it's pretty good. Mid-season 3 at the minute. I think Tom Ellis? He's great as Lucifer. All the casts are great. It's a good little number. It drags its feet a bit. Was it last season or this season? It doesn't matter, but it's very good. I recommend it, watching it. And the second thing I've been doing is exactly what you think I've been doing. Me and my beautiful girlfriend have been playing Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Finally out, released last Friday to rave reviews. If you've been playing it, let me know what you think. What do I think? Well, we're about 20 hours in or so, because we have to put it down, and obviously we watched a little lad, so it's probably not as long as the clock says we've been playing it. It's the wow factor that Breath of the Wild gave you back in 2017 all over again. You hear that Breath of the Wild felt like a blueprint to this game, and that is not even. Do you know what I mean? Wide of the margin. It's in the top corner. That statement. The new powers are great. Already seen some funny videos, people failing and making fantastic things with the new. What it's called, the can grab ability and move it about. I can't remember what it is. The building ability, I'll call it. I can't remember what it's called. Awesome. The boss. We've done one boss. Jay's on it now. I did it last night. Yeah, great. Temples / dungeons, proper quarterback. It's bigger than ever. I'm surprised it runs on Switch. It's crazy. Looks great. There's a bit more of a narrative this time. This last time it was, Ganon's kicking off, go and kill him. That was basically it. Obviously papering over the cracks there, but so it's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful game. But let me know what you've been doing. Have you been playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? Is that not your cup of tea? Have you been on something else? Let me know. I'm all about it, mate. I'm all about it. But let's crack on. First things first. We always do the charts, as always. Christopher Dringo at GamesIndustry.biz, bringing the charts as he normally tends to do. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is the second biggest Nintendo launch in UK history. That's the name of the article, which he also has a bit of information of Nintendo's biggest launches in the UK overall. So, biggest Nintendo launch UK week 1 revenue. Tears of the Kingdom is second only to Wii Fit and Balance Board. Now, you imagine, is that cheating to put Wii Fit in there because of the peripheral that you got with it? It is what it is. Obviously, Sun and Moon are 4th, Scarlet and Violet are 3rd, the Pokemon games. Then Tears of the Kingdom, then it's Wii Fit. So it's going to be, we have a game on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen. Biggest Nintendo UK launch, week 1 unit sales is number 4, behind a Wii Fit and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and Pokemon Sun and Moon again. But because of the Tears of the Kingdom is technically a more expensive game, so that's why it would obviously generate more revenue. I need to sell this to make more money, so it is what it is. And I've got the biggest Zelda game launches in UK One sales history, physical only, of course, because Nintendo's stingy with the digital data. So Ocarina of Time 3D at 10, Spirit Tracks at 9, Link's Awakening at 8, Skyward Sword HD at 7, Skyward Sword at 6, Ocarina of Time at 5, Twilight Princess 4, Wind Waker at 3, Breath of the Wild at 2, and Tears of the Kingdom at 1. So we have a game on our hands. And UK all-time stats. It's on the screen for you now. Again, I was looking through it quickly. Wind Waker at 10, Skyward Sword at 9, Tears of the Kingdom 8 already. It's been out 3 days, or 4 at this point, or 5 or 6 by the time you see this video. Who knows? Link's Awakening at 7, Ocarina of Time 3D at 6, Phantom Hourglass at 5, Link's Crossbow Training at 4, Ocarina of Time at 3, Twilight Princess 2, and Breath of the Wild at 1. You imagine it's going to catch at least 3 or 4, at least, but it's probably going to go up. And of course, you've guessed it, number 1, dethroning Hogwarts Legacy, that wizard game. So top 10 really quickly: Minecraft Legends, Animal Crossing New Horizons at 9, Breath of the Wild 8. That's had a jump, you imagine, because of the people are preparing for Tears of the Kingdom. Mario Odyssey at 7, Dead Island 2 at 6, Mario Kart 8 at Deluxe at 5, FIFA 23 at 4, Jedi Survivor at 3, Hogwarts Legacy at 2, and of course, the GOAT game at number 1. I imagine it's going to stay there for at least a few weeks, at least until Final Fantasy. I'm going to say at least till Final Fantasy 16 comes out, but I'm not sure if it's got the legs to, to keep that momentum going. But it probably has, because it's all fucking just that folks done already. They have to forgive me today because we're playing. Me and my missus playing simultaneously downstairs on 2 separate screens. One's my monitor, which is usually here. It's really strange to not have it, but you've got to do it for the better good. You can't have anyone missing out on Tears of the Kingdom. But obviously not, because it sold like a million billion, whatever it is. But anyway, enough for this nonsense. More Tears of the Kingdom before we crack on, of course. I'm reading from Chris Scullion at VGC this time. It is the 6th game in the history of video games ever, or history of reviews, I'll say, of official reviews, to score 10 out of 10 on Edge, which is a magazine in the UK, which is very highly regarded as it's a big deal to have a 10 from Edge, and also Famitsu 40 out of 40, which is a Japanese, you'd probably say Japanese equivalent to Edge, very highly regarded, very well respected publication. So 6 games ever have had 10 out of 10 and 40 out of 40. And Tears of the Kingdom is the 6th one to do it. Now, what are the other 5? I'm going to pause the video, have a think, go. We're back. If I told you that 4 of them were Zelda games, would that change your mind? I'll give you another second. Pause the video again. Right, okay, let's get into it. Now, Tears of the Kingdom is only the 6th game in 30 years to get both Famitsu 40 and Edge 10. It's also the 4th Zelda game to achieve a rare milestone. Now, they're the games. So, Ocarina of Time, Bayonetta, Skyward Sword, Grand Theft Auto 5, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. Now, the only non-Zelda games ever to get it are Grand Theft Auto 5 and Bayonetta, which is mental, isn't it, to thinking about it. There's a few near misses. Elden Ring, Grand Theft Auto 4, Red Dead Redemption 2, Super Mario 64, and Mario Odyssey all receive an Edge 10, but only 39 in Famitsu. The other way around. Dragon Quest 9, is that? Yeah, Dragon Quest 9. Final Fantasy 12, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, Metal Gear Solid 5, Metal Peace Walker, Soul Calibur, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and Elder Scrolls Skyrim all received a 40 Famitsu and only a 9 in Edge. And in 2013, amended 7 scores, retrospectively changed them to 10s, including Resident Evil 4, GoldenEye 007, and Dark Souls. However, none of the 7 were Famitsu 40s. So yeah, I love a review, mate. Scores are a pain in the ass, but I do love a review, as you probably know if you do watch the show. So congratulations to Nintendo and Tears of the Kingdom. It sounds like this is going to be the one, mate. You know what I'm saying? Me and my girlfriend are really enjoying it as well, when we can play it, of course. Anyway, enough of this. I'll blow smoke up Tears of the Kingdom's ass until the cows come home, mate. But we have news to talk about. First up is... Yes, it's finally happened. I'll have you know. Sony at PlayStation on Twitter themselves have finally confirmed the date for the PlayStation Showcase 2023. And it is about when the whispers were saying it was going to be about. It is next Wednesday, right? Next Wednesday, 9 p.m. UK time. I figured out. It might be 8 or 10. I always get it wrong. But we'll be here doing something. At least me and Jam. I'm going to try and get perhaps someone else as well. Come and join us and just gush, because it's going to be a big one, this. So they build it on Twitter, I'll say. Says, see you soon. PlayStation Showcase broadcast live next Wednesday, May 24th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Or specific time, as people say. That's all we've got to go on. 9 p.m. BST. I was right. I knew it was right. I don't know why I doubted myself. So again, we'll be here. There are certain things going to be at this showcase. 1, Spider-Man 2. This is it. This is the moment. Yeah. Here's your gameplay. Here's this. Here's that. Here's your release date, which is probably going to be September, like the actor that played Venom said, and the Candyman, for the life of me, cannot pull his name out my arse. If you're in the comments, shout me at your screen. Can you put it down for me? I'd appreciate it very much. So I did a odd summit. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean. So that is 1,000,000% in. 1,000,000%. Probably it's either the big opener or the big closer. I'm not sure which one. But after that, I'm going to clue, mate. It's anyone's guess. I'm dying for a Siphon Filter. I say that, I've not played the fucking other ones that have, come out on PlayStation Plus, but, I need them. I need them to do it for me. I've not played it since at least 10, 15 years, so one of them. Probably not as good as I remember it. One game I think will definitely, possibly be there is the Last of Us multiplayer bollocks that they've been talking about for ages. I think now is your time. Now is your time to bring that to the table. Release. I want a release date for that, but I think we'll just get a release window, which is really annoying. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Overall, I do think this will be a solid show. And when I say a solid show, I think we're all going to be geared up for it. You know what I'm saying? Be eating some snakes, mate. If you catch me drift. I think now's the time Konami are going to come out the shell. There's been a rumour that Sony have got this exclusivity deal with Konami, which only Sony are allowed to do, by the way. To have Metal Gear Solid 3 remake or remaster, whatever the fuck it is, PS5. This is going to be the reveal, I believe, and I think many other people do believe that as well. I'm very excited to see this. We'll see how Metal Gear Solid fares under Kojima. Well, it's not started very well with Metal Gear Survive, has it? But we'll see what it's like with a more traditional sort of game. Who's doing it? Is it Blue Point? Do you know? Potentially be Blue Point. They've been quiet since Demon's Souls came out. But would you want them to make a fresh IP? But they're very good at remasters and remakes, so why would you feel that's a waste of resources? Do you know what I mean? Is this also where Konami just go all in and say, yeah, Castlevania, Melody of Fate, or whatever the fuck it's going to be called, going to come out? Are we going to get like a Castlevania remaster of some kind? Lords of Shadow, people like that. The first one's good. I'm not played the second one. The first one's quite good for what it is. Are we going to get? Dare I say it? Symphony. We've had that Symphony of Night and Rondo of Blood sort of double pack on PlayStation, but never full on go back in, sort it all out, spruce it up, put it back out the door kind of thing. Doesn't need it. You can play Castlevania Symphony of the Night in 100 years and it'll still be fucking great. That's what I'm saying. You know? Then your mind goes back, what Ben doing? Let's say Siphon Filter. They're potentially working on a new IP. What are Santa Monica up to? Corey Barlog, apparently the reason he didn't direct God of War Ragnarok is because he was working on this other project, which apparently is sci-fi, but that apparently was the one that got cancelled before God of War 2018, so it's like something I thought was going to be here as well, but that apparently is going to get revealed tomorrow or the 18th of May. But it is what it is, mate. Going to say any more Crash Bandicoot, that kind of thing. I know that Activision deal's not gone through yet, Flash if at all, so is that going to happen? Or, is this going to be where we see the next Call of Duty again? Same reasoning. Activision deal's not gone through. I don't know. What's my dream? My dream. We're going to see more Final Fantasy 16. In that case, I think it's one or the other with that. Because Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, I personally don't think we see it here at the showcase. I believe it'll be stepping on Final Fantasy 16's sort of supper, if you will, treading their water. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think we'll see 7 Rebirth. I think that's going to be a separate thing in its own right. I think that'll be later on after 16, perhaps come out late June, and so I imagine late July, August we'll see that, or September maybe, probably September if it's going to be winter. Then there's that another conversation for a different day. I promise you that. Yeah, we'll see Final Fantasy Tactics remaster. Because that Nvidia leak, we've been over this on the show, I won't bore you with it again. But there's only like 2 games left. I think it's Final Fantasy 9 remake / remaster and Final Fantasy Tactics as well, and we've not seen them yet. So was that time here to see? Who knows? Yeah. But I'm very excited. Like I said, we'll be here. Starts at 9, so I imagine 8:30, 8:45 we'll go live, twitch.tv/ the casual report. I can't remember. Just search casual report on Twitch, you'll see it, or just join us on Twitter, or jump in the Discord. Everything's everywhere. It is what it is. And yeah, so, but yeah, we're very excited. I'm very excited. I think we probably are. Mr. PlayStation Jam's very excited as well, probably. I was at work when I found this out, and I had to tease my mate. He was on the phone. I was like, no, never mind that call, mate. Something urgent's come up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, moving on. Speaking of the Activision Blizzard deal, I go back to gamesindustry.biz. It is Brendan Sinclair. Big Brendan, mate. He says, European Commission approves Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal. European Commission, that's the European equivalent to the CMA, which not declined it, sort of pulled the rug on it a bit. They rejected the deal. I'm not going to go into it too much, but the European Commission has given final approval to Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard after the Xbox maker made 10-year commitments to address regulator concerns in the growing cloud streaming market. Yeah, because that's what the CMA had an issue with. They thought that Microsoft would be too dominant in that sort of marketplace. And yeah, they sort of said no, it's going to be too powerful. So this is going to be where I should really stop and before I edit this out, but time is short and I've got to go to bed in a minute, so I'm not going to. I'm sorry. Well, some professional of me, I do apologise, but it is what it is, mate. So that was their concern. There would be too strong a presence in that space. They can charge, then they would get to the point where they can charge what they want, and no one else can say have it or don't. Price is the price, mate. Deal with it. So while the Commission's preliminary investigation identifies concerns around the deal having negative impacts in the console, PC, and multi-game subscription markets, an in-depth look into the issue it ultimately determined some of those were non-issues, which is what I think Microsoft were trying to argue, weren't they? They said, no, we'll dish out all our stuff to everywhere. There's no problem at all. Which I wish more streaming stuff would do that. I wish you could watch some Netflix stuff on Prime and some Apple stuff on Paramount. And, I wish it would just, because I just find myself wanting to watch stuff on everything, and then you look at the subscriptions for all of them. It's good. You're looking at £1 a month to not watch TV. But it is what it is. As for competing subscription services, the Commission decided that they would not have put its games into them for fear of cannibalising sales. Therefore, the situation for third-party providers of multi-game subscription services would not change after the acquisition of Activision by Microsoft. It goes on and on. Along with to address those concerns, Microsoft offered to give consumers in the EEA, which is the European Economic Area, which is what we're dealing with the Commission. So to address concerns, Microsoft offered to give consumers in the EEA a free license to stream all current and future Activision Blizzard PC and console games for which they have a license, and stream them through the cloud streaming service of their choice. Along with that, Microsoft was also offered a free license to cloud streaming services to allow players in the EEA to stream any of Activision Blizzard PC and console games, which, I know the fucking be and end all is corporations just want to make money, and sometimes in order to make money you've got to spend money. I understand that, but I'm not intelligent enough to figure out how they're gonna. Maybe if everyone's just subscribed to Game Pass, that's what they want in it. Everyone who plays games gives you £10 a month. It's a lot of money. I think as time goes on and as these acquisitions get more and more frequent, I do feel that it becomes more tantalising for even the biggest of deniers to like, oh, do you know what? Try it for a month and you forget about it. Well, some people forget about it as well. I wish they should go away. If I buy them, I don't. Do you know what I mean? I'm, as a consumer, someone on the fence, someone that's not really affected by this, because I just game where I want. Subscribe to this, I've got this, I do this, I play this there, I do that there. Doesn't really affect me. I don't really play much Activision Blizzard games, really. So, but yeah. Let me know what you think, though. I'm intrigued. Do you think it's going to damage the industry at all? It's going to kill the competition? Because Sony are the market leader by a long stretch in the console space, over Microsoft at least. Would them owning Call of Duty have that impact? I don't know. Who knows? Only time will tell, and a lot of time will need to pass, unfortunately. But anyway, we go back to VGC. Tom Ivan, he says, the new Mortal Kombat game will be revealed on Thursday, which, if you're watching this when it goes live, is probably today, because it might not get out till after midnight. But if you're watching this after it's come out, it's probably gone live earlier on today or yesterday or last week. I don't know, mate. But anyway, Ed Boon on Twitter, the co-creator of Mortal Kombat, has been a bit, you know what he's like on Twitter if you follow him. He's very adds fuel to the fire. Warner Bros. Games will reveal the next entry in the next Mortal Kombat series on Thursday. Tomorrow is a new dawn. The official Mortal Kombat account tweeted on Wednesday. It is time, May 18th, 6 AM PT. Reads a message in accompanying video which is viewable below. It's this one. Let's just watch it. It's going to be. Is there sound? There is sound. Yeah, 6 AM PT, which is 2 PM my time. Figure it out on your own. I can't help you, mate. I can't help you with that. Okay. Warner and developer NetherRealm have been teasing plans to build the next entry in the long-running series imminently, with 2 recently released videos hinting at a series reboot similar to this sort of clock. So the rumor is it's going to be built again from 1 back up. I don't know how I feel about that, but again, Mortal Kombat's rebooting its timeline at least twice before, I think. At least once, anyway. Wants to do it again. Maybe they can bring back the cool characters like is Smoke dead? I can't remember. Smoke and Cyrax and Sector, and I like all them guys. They're really cool. And obviously Scorpion and Sub-Zero and Liu Kang and, you know, Raiden, however you say it. Goro is Malina, my main, by the way. Yes, mate. But yeah, it's crazy to feel like within the space of 12 months, we'll probably have Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, and a Mortal Kombat, whatever the fuck this one's called. Let me know. Are you a Mortal Kombat person? Do you prefer Tekken? Do you prefer Street Fighter? Do you think, fuck them? I prefer Soul Calibur, King of Fighters, Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball Fighters. Unbirth in... I can't remember what it's called. You know what I mean. Let me know. Just let me know, man. I'm very intrigued to see where they're going to go with this. I do like Mortal Kombat. I don't prefer it to Street Fighter. I prefer it to Tekken. I don't think I do. I think going back to Tekken 7 sort of rekindled my love for Tekken a lot. I've Tekken 3, 4, 5. I was all in, mate. All in. A bit of Tekken 2 as well. I've just missed the boat for Tekken 1. It's too old, mate. But yeah, it is what it is, mate. It is what it is indeed. Also, because I've got some sad news now. Some really sad news. I'm really upset about this. But then again, I thought about this, and I was part of the problem. But we'll go on with it. Pac-Man 99, the second best Battle Royale game to Tetris 99, is to be no longer soon. I'm reading from... Where am I reading from? Nintendo Life. This is Liam Doolan at Nintendo Life. Thank you, Liam, for this. I appreciate it very much. Offline mode will still be accessible, which is a good thing. But the beauty of it was the online stuff. So Nintendo has announced Bandai Namco Switch Online title Pac-Man 99 will be shutting down 8th of October 2023. While you will no longer be able to play online against other players, you'll still be able to enjoy a game offline mode, including an additional paid content you purchase. Is a rough Google translation of the announcement, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm very upset by this because it's the sort of a quick view into the future. Like all these online games that don't have the player base, can't play it. Babylon's Fall one, although that was not really good. Oh, I'll say not really good. I don't mean to be rude, but not really good. You know, all games shutting down all the time, and every week I feel there was a game shutting down. Now I'm on the spot thinking about it. I can't for the life of me remember one, which is, again, part of the problem. I am part of the problem. I love Pac-Man 99 a lot. It's a great game. It's invigorating. It's not as hot in the mouth as Tetris 99, because that can be... Especially when you get to top 10 with some good players, mate. It's... But yeah, Pac-Man 99 is great. But part of the problem, played it once, won a game, played it a bit more, never touched it again. And it's great. A shame. But has there been any game that you've liked that's shut off and gone away that you can't access / can't go online with it anymore? It'll be interesting to know if there is. But let me do know. Again, this is one for me. I'm hoping that you sort of, in the next direct, sort of replace it with, I always said, not jokingly, I would love this. This isn't a joke. Those that follow me on Twitter, and those that know me, know that I'm craving a new F-Zero game. I just need one. It's time. It's been too long. If Advance Wars can come back, if Bait and Kato's can get a remaster, if fucking Famitsu Detective Club can get a fucking remake or whatever it was, F-Zero can come back. You know what I mean? And I'd say F-Zero, it won't be F-Zero 99, but just F-Zero 99, there's a game mode in F-Zero X, the Nintendo 64 one, which was called Death Race, and it was basically what it is. You race round, you die, you're out, the last person in wins. Is that not waiting to be out? Like, why is that not a thing now? I'd be straight on that. Don't call it Death Race, obviously call it F-Zero 50 or F-Zero 49 or whatever you want to call it. I don't think 99 would be... I think 99 would be a bit too much. F-Zero 30 or whatever. Yeah. Cool that'd be. I didn't play nothing else. Don't bring that out, actually. Don't. Last one. Before I go, I have a question about this one. Overwatch 2 is losing its PvE mode, which is what I thought the reason they made the second one and not just added shit to the first one was because they wanted to make a... Hang on, let's go into it. IGN article. Who is on it? Logan Plant, IGN. Overwatch 2 PvE hero mode cancelled, a difficult choice. Blizzard officially scrapped Overwatch 2's long-awaited PvE hero mode, but the game's creators are assuring fans that PvE is still the focus for the game moving forward. Development on the PvE experience hasn't made the progress that we have hoped. That's a typo, I think. That's Jared Noose, who is the executive producer on the game. The team has created a bunch of amazing content, so there's also missions that are really exciting. There's brand new enemies that are super fun to fight, and some truly great and ridiculous hero talents, but unfortunately the effort required to pull all of this together into a Blizzard quality experience that we can ship to you is huge, and there really is no end in sight or defined kind of end date where we can put that one out into the world. Which is a shame, because I do feel that was one of the big pulls of Overwatch 2, if you were into that shit, that the PvE stuff was coming as well, which is why the second game exists and how it does. I think if I'm talking absolute bollocks here and you're an Overwatch connoisseur, just fucking jump in and tell me I'm fucking chatting bollocks. Let me know if you're an Overwatch connoisseur. I'd love to know what you think of this. If you like that bollocks too anyway, I'll just play the PvP stuff because that's what's going down in Overwatch 2, you know what I'm saying? Let me know if Lucio's still viable as well, because with the stint I played Overwatch, the first one, he was the one, mate. Was all over it. Overwatch 2's PvE mode was supposed to be a big differentiating factor between the original game and its sequel. I knew I wasn't talking bollocks. In 2019, we got to go hands-on with the PvE, which was set to have new hero abilities, corp attacks, and a level progression system. But when Overwatch 2 launched, the long-awaited PvE mode wasn't part of it. Instead, Blizzard promised that the mode will come sometime in 2023 seasonal content. And obviously they've done a roadmap and all that shit and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But all the seasons came and went, didn't happen. The game's probably doing alright, right? Let me just check the Twitch numbers quick while you're here with me. It's still about, if you are here, you made it this far, you deserve a fucking medal, by the way. Watch 2, how many watching it? Huh. 22,000 people watching it. I mean, No, it's not Tears of the Kingdom numbers, but it's pretty good. You know what I mean? But yeah, let me know. Do you watch Overwatch 2? Do you play Overwatch 2? Are you like an Overwatch 2 professional? I'm interested in see how you feel the state of the game is, and what's going on, how it is what it is, man. But yeah, that is all I've got time for. Thank you so much. If you want to add anything, just comment. I'll be in the comments all week till the fucking PlayStation showcase. Then we don't care, do we? I know we do. We do. I'm joking. Yeah, don't forget, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Comment, say whatever you fucking want. Tell me I'm full of shit. Tell me you think they're overrated. You'd be wrong. Tell me. But yeah, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for joining. Peace.